Jagee's cookbook this time is going to go green, green, green. Yes, I am going to show you a veggie dish. And well, it's an Italian veggie dish, which is going to be totally, totally good and totally nutritious. So welcome to Jagee's cookbook. Now, all of you have given me a whole lot of compliments on Jagee's cookbook, how good it is, the Halloween episode, bread episode, everything, and I'm very, very happy. But this is a teamwork. It's not just me. It includes my producer, it includes my cameraman, my staff, my editor, everyone. So I would like to dedicate this special episode, or this episode, to the staff of Jagee's cookbook who make this show as beautiful for you so that you could enjoy it. So yes, it's all the teamwork, and I dedicate this to the staff of Jagee's cookbook. So yes, we're going to go to Italy this time, and I'm going to show you an Italian veggie bake, or Italian vegetarian baked dish, which is totally easy, very nutritious, especially for children. Children will love it. And I know that children are very, very fussy when it comes to vegetables. They hate vegetables, they hate their greens. And once mommy tells them to eat their vegetables, they put on a very sad face or a frown, and they're not very, very happy about that. But this particular dish, mummies, if you make it for your little kiddies, I'm sure they love it, and they'll surely love you for it. So first of all, obviously for this Italian vegetarian dish, now we will need Italian spices. Now let me get my Italian spices, seasonings. Yes, my Italian seasoning. Now I have sage, oregano, and thyme. I also need some oil. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need different separate ones. You can have, actually you can mix everything together, like you get mixed Italian spices or Italian seasonings. Now, first of all, what we need, let's come here, and first of all what we need is vegetables. Now it's not very necessary that you have to have specific vegetables for this dish. Any specific vegetables, you can have any vegetables. Now here I've got a zucchini, a capsicum, some beans, carrots, and I'm also going to add a little bit of green peas and sweet corn, which are in the refrigerator, or actually in the freezer. Okay, I'm going to take it out from the freezer and plop it onto the gas stove. I'll show you exactly what I mean. I don't want it defrosted, so this is my technique. Okay, so you wait and see. So first of all, we have to peel the carrots. Okay, so first of all, how do you peel the carrots? Just peel it. Carrots, very good for you, vitamin A, beta carotene, totally, totally nutritious, good for your eyes. So first of all, what we need is, I've washed all the vegetables, so don't worry. Now just chop it into cubes. Okay. There. So we'll need around half a cup of carrots, which is more than enough, so I'll need one more carrot. Now, what happened was, when I went to the supermarket yesterday, I got small carrots. That's a problem. Now, if you have one big carrot, that's more than enough. I just got small carrots. So you can also put baby carrots. You get really good baby carrots. They're also totally good. Okay, so that's done. Now we take the beans. Now these beans have, the fiber has been taken out. All you do is again chop it. Again, quarter cup of beans would be more than enough. It all depends. Now it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to add all the same vegetables I've been given. Now these are the vegetables I got when I went to the supermarket yesterday. So that's why I'm using that. Now, you don't probably know this. This is not very common out here. It's the zucchini. Okay, this is called the zucchini or the courgette. Now, the zucchini or the courgette is actually a very low-calorie vegetable. Now, botanically, the zucchini is a fruit. Gastronomically, it is a vegetable. So we treat it in cooking. We treat it as a vegetable. Now, this is very rich in vitamin C and lutein, which is very good for your eyes. Now, what you have to do is, this is a soft vegetable, so it's easy to cook. Now, this is a big one, so just 1.5 will be more than enough. Okay. Now we have, again, I didn't get the red capsicum, I just have the green capsicum. So I'm just going to add the green capsicum. Take out all the membranes and don't make it too small because bell peppers or capsicum, they cook very easily. Okay, so that's done. So our vegetables here have been done. Now I've got to add a little bit of peas, green peas, and corn, sweet corn. Now both of which are in the freezer. I'm going to just use it at that particular time. Now please don't use dried peas. You get those dried peas. Please don't use that because I personally don't like it. All the nutritional value and everything just gets dehydrated from that. And you're just eating fiber, that's all. So if you want the real nutritional value, just go for the frozen peas or the fresh ones. Now what we need is, first of all, we have to make a sauce for this particular vegetable dish. So how do we make the sauce? We need a pan. We need a little bit of, or one medium onion, okay? We need to chop it. Now, I could very well chop it here, but personally, this is going to really sting my eyes. I've got very sensitive eyes. So what I do is, I asked the help of my machine, and this is going to help me, okay? Okay. So let's go here, and I'm just going to do some chopping. Okay, now that's done with. So what we do is we light the fire, we light the stove, okay, and we need a little bit of oil, okay. Now, if you're not that calorie conscious, you can add butter. 30 grams of butter will be more than enough, okay. Now, I'm just going to add like 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil. Now, what we have to do first is the onions, okay. Now, I have minced here one onion, one medium onion. All I have to do is just put it in a little bit of oil. Now it can be sunflower oil or olive oil, it doesn't really matter. So just saute this, okay, till it's soft. You can add a little bit of salt, a little bit, not too much, okay. And let this be soft. Now, after this is soft, okay, what we need to do is we need to add our vegetables. I'm going to show you the very easy method, okay. Now, usually what they do for a baked dish or a white baked dish, they make a white sauce, or you make a white sauce. Now, white sauce is predominantly, well, usually it is made with butter and then flour and things like that. But in this particular dish, I'm not going to use any flour, I'm not going to use any butter or anything. I'm just going to use oil or olive oil. You can use sunflower oil like I used, or you can use olive oil. I'm going to make it as Italian as possible. Okay, now when this becomes soft, it shouldn't be brown. Okay? It should be very soft and translucent. What we do is you add first the carrots. Oh, look at the color, so beautiful. Gorgeous color. And the beans, okay? Don't add the capsicum at this time because the capsicum, you know, it has very little cooking time. So you have to add capsicum at the last. So it's just the beans and the carrots at this stage. Once this gets, well, a bit cooked, we can add the zucchini and then we can plop onto the frozen green peas and the sweet corn. Oh, gorgeous. Remember, we have put our salt. Once the carrots and the beans are a bit soft, okay, what I have to do is I run to my freezer and get my frozen stuff, okay. Now, I need some green peas which are not defrosted. This is just like that because I need the water to cook it. This is, you know, very easy way. Then I need a bit of sweet corn, again frozen. And the water is actually going to help it cook the vegetables. Now let this cook in the water which is being defrosted from the frozen peas and the frozen corn. Okay, so that water will actually help it to, you know, just cook a little bit. Now we don't need it to be fully cooked because we are going to bake this, so we don't need it to fully. Lovely. Now what we have to do now is add a little bit of pepper. Add pepper and salt all according to your own taste. Now if you want it a bit more hot, you have to add more pepper. Don't add green chilies or red chilies or anything like that, just pepper. That's the only thing which will go along with this. Okay. Now let this cook for some time. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasonings. Now this is where my vegetable dish, or vegetable bake, turns Italian. So a little bit of sage, probably a quarter teaspoon of sage. Quarter teaspoon, okay? Thyme, very, very little, not too much, because thyme has a tendency to become bitter when it's too much. So probably even less than a quarter of a teaspoon. Then oregano, half a teaspoon of oregano. These are all Italian seasonings, and you get it in the supermarkets all over now. Now, if you don't get these separately, you do get, now the easy way is to buy the mixed Italian seasonings. All you have to do is add half a teaspoon of Italian seasonings. Remember, this is an Italian dish. Lovely. Great. Now what we do is, we need to add 1 cup of milk. 1 cup of milk. And 1 cup of cream. Okay, fresh cream. There. Just mix the whole thing up. Now, this already looks so beautiful, really. Another thing we do need for this, we don't need flour, but we do need breadcrumbs. I'm going to use, you can use a fresh white breadcrumbs, but I'm going to use whole wheat breadcrumbs. It's more healthier. So I've got some breadcrumbs here, which are whole wheat breadcrumbs. Now I have just, I haven't processed it very, so that it becomes very fine. It's very roughly crumbled with my fingers. So now I'm going to add just a bit now, probably around half a cup, okay? And I'm just going to mix it. Half a cup of whole wheat breadcrumbs, fresh whole wheat breadcrumbs. Now this is going to become a bit thick. Okay, now this is done. Now you can notice it's become a bit thicker. You can add from half cup to 3/4 cup, depending upon how thick you want it. So all we need now is a baking dish or a casserole or anything. Okay, but what we do is we have to transfer the contents of what I've done, the vegetable thing, the sauce, to the casserole carefully. This is hot. Now, I'm not the delicate type who, spoons everything very delicately. No, I don't have the patience for that. That's why I just plopped all this together and just spread this evenly. Looks gorgeous. Then what we do is grate some cheese in. Okay. First of all, we'll put some whole wheat breadcrumbs again on top of it. Remember, this is roughly crumbled with my fingers. It's not, it hasn't been processed in a blender, so it's not very fine. It has to be rough crumbs, otherwise it won't be as beautiful or crispy as what we are supposed to feel like, okay? Just spread it so that it's one even layer of breadcrumbs on top, whole wheat breadcrumbs. Now, if you don't have whole wheat breadcrumbs, you can go for white breadcrumbs. Now, I'm going to add some mozzarella cheese. Now, if you do not want mozzarella cheese, you can add just, the cheddar cheese, the slices, just add it on. Or you can add any type of cheese. Now, if you don't want cheese at all, avoid cheese totally, okay? Now, because it's an Italian dish, I thought of adding mozzarella cheese on top, so it's going to have this gorgeous, because it has the Italian seasonings. So I thought might as well add some gorgeous mozzarella cheese. If you don't want cheese, please avoid it. This has a lot of calories in it because we have got cream in it and we also have cheese. So yes, it does have calories, but once in a blue moon, having a bit of calories, it's no problem, I think. Now my oven is being preheated for 180. I'm just going to pop this in. Come on. And I'm going to bake it till the top becomes brown and golden. Well, not very golden, but just a beautiful golden tint should come, speckles on it. I'll show you. Come back. Now it's around 20 to 25 minutes, approximately. Now, maybe you would need around 30 minutes. Just the top has to become a golden, very golden, not even a brown. And the mozzarella has to just bubble and melt. So let's see what's going on. Come on with me. Yes, perfect. This is absolutely perfect. This is now, bubbling. All the cheese and everything is bubbling, and it's really, really very, very beautiful to look at. All you have to do is, eat it with just wheat bread, or just have it as a whole meal because it has carbohydrates, it has all the minerals and vitamins of the vegetables, it has the vitamins of the dairy products like cheese and milk and everything. totally a whole meal for you and your family, especially for your children. So don't have any excuses on this. Mummies, you have to make this for your children and for your families. Enjoy.